everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's
So
go!
out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game one of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Bowman. He finds his man Johnson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Push him back.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Given 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Here's Murray from midfield. That's complete to John Ross. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Murray. Open man is Ross, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Murray now, 3rd and goal. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And a kick by Elliott is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Let's go, deep tight now.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Complete. It's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Bowman. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Bowman. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Hey, pick your game up.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And some room to run now. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tevin Coleman, 69 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Bowman. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Bowman. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. In on the tackle, it was Duke Ejiofor. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Murray now on first down. Got a man open. It's Ross. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 17-0 our score after 1. Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 45 on 2nd down, Murray. And this one's incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. First down, Murray. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. This is the tight end fan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Coleman on the draw. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. They've been faced with a tough test today here. Crowd's been really good. They're struggling. He's struggling. We'll see if they can pick things up.
And the crowd has had an impact, and they feel good about that because he's not playing very well. Not getting the ball to the right places, not doing the things he normally does. He's got to find a way to turn it around against this hostile group.
Yeah, because on the road, don't you look to your quarterback a lot?
You have to because you certainly can't look to the crowd to help you. They're there to be against you. So your quarterback has to lead you. And the best way he can do it is to play well.
2nd and 6. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. That's on the former Army Ranger, Alejandro Villanueva. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Operating from the gun, Bowman. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. They'll run on first down. It's Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. On the draw play, Coleman. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
Let's see if he can do just that. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now.
From the gun, Bowman. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right? He's taking it on. He doesn't need to. Continue to do what you just said. Let everyone else carry the football. That's been effective. Don't have to worry about him throwing the ball in all the situations now. That's got to be a good feeling if he just relaxes and lets it keep coming to him.
Yeah, and relax and enjoy the second quarter lead right now. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. On third down, here's Jones. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Bowman. And McDonald here over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Bowman. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes and rightful.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. The big fella. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The Colts looking for the win on the road in Week 1. From there, we stay in the AFC East. We head to Buffalo to see what's happening with the Bills. And that game has gone to halftime with the visiting Texans out on top. Jordan Howard, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And they trail the visiting Falcons in that one at halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for the former MVP, Matt Ryan. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, it's Jones, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. Makes it third.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This quarterback now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 37. Looking to throw.
They're trying to show that
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Not today.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Here we go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
60 outlaw. Bandit. Ready to go. Sit up. Now.
On first down, Bowman. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bears.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. From the gun, Bowman. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they get a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Back to throw here. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's first and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Now back to throw. On the move to his... Now the pressure gets to him again. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack?
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on second and goal, a sack on third and goal. Now brings up a decision on fourth down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today.
A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Shoot.
Throwing on first down. Bowman. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic.
They'll run here with counter. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's counter. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 10 yards out. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. And it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will shave one more off this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They're going to look to throw.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home. Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive. Bowman. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun. Bowman got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Over the middle, complete. It's McDonald. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Bilal Nichols coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Bowman. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Bowman. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Eddie Goldman with a sack. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Bowman. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They begin the drive with Coleman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one, but let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A 4th quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Here's Coleman. And there to stop him, Terrell Edmunds.
Terrell Edmunds on the tackle.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 48-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They have punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got one. Ready, go. Set, go.
This is Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Chicago, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.